Hi, welcome to the podcast. Today I have with me John and Evelyn Hone. Look forward to getting to know more about you. Welcome to the program.
Well,
Thank
thank you
you.
for inviting us.
Okay, my pleasure. Well, I always like to begin each interview by asking you to tell us a little bit about your life, kind of from college through retirement. Tell us about your career and your just those, kind of busy go-go 30, 40 years of your life.
You want to go first?
Okay. Um, After graduation from college, I graduated in family consumer science and with an education degree. And so I did teach a few years, but mainly I um, recently worked as a teacher's aide. But the thing that most of my career time was spent working at Nordstrom as a customer service representative, and I I had extensive background in uh, tailoring and men's suits, and that's how I was employed. And
Okay.
during that time, I worked, and when our insurance ran out, I was really glad that I could work at Nordstrom and take and get Cobra, pay
Right.
for Cobra.
Okay,
So,
awesome. And you enjoyed that working at Nordstrom?
yes, very much. That was the height of my career.
And so how many years do you think you were working for them?
10 years seasonally and 10 years full time without a break.
All right. So basically, about 20-year overall span. Okay,
Yes,
great. And
yes.
John, how about your career?
Well, I graduated from university with a bachelor of science degree in mechanical engineering, and started my career with National Semiconductor and
Hmm.
helped open up a new facility in Salt Lake City. And then my next employment was with um, Hiller Industries, a company in Salt Lake that actually was Evelyn's father. And
Oh,
we did the genealogy binders and church hymn books and lots of presentation folders and binders for industry in Utah and also in California. And
yeah, I'm
then,
curious, John, how was it working for your father-in-law? That make it your job easier or more challenging?
oh, actually, it was easier working with my father in law.
Hmm.
And he was a great man, and we enjoyed his company a lot. And so we got to know him very well. Plus, two of his sons I worked with while I was
Okay.
there, and they eventually ran the business.
Well, Evelyn, I'm
So
glad to hear that you chose your father wisely.
Oh, yes.
So keep carry on, John. And then after that,
after that, I went to Colorado and worked with my father and ran his manufacturing plant and manufactured piston inserts in that plant for Dana Corporation, and they would buy the piston inserts and the clutch release sleeves from us. And I worked with my
hmm
dad up until I went back to BYU and I ran their research machine shop. And we did a lot of specialized projects for all the colleges of engineering, of music, of chemistry, physics.
Oh,
And so we would design and fabricate their any special projects that they needed for research.
okay. And is that where you ended up, or is there
And
still
then
more?
after BYU, I went to Wanless Corporation and was a vice president of an electric motor company for a short time. It was a new business that didn't last too long. They went out of business within a year. So I worked with
Hmm.
them. Then I went to Hercules as uh, manufacturing and process engineering. Worked with them for 6 years. And following that, I went to Mensco for 9 years as a sales engineer. So then I got to call on all the engineers that I designed projects with for the next 10 years with them. And then my last job was with Tremblay,
Hmm.
and I was with them for 19 years as a sales engineer, selling to medical industry and also the military industry all over
Okay.
Utah.
So it sounds like you had kind of two almost like halves of your career. The first half was more hands-on, applying all that stuff, your knowledge as a mechanical engineer, and the second half was more in sales. Did you have a
Yes, that's
preference for one over the other?
um, well, with the sales engineering, it was nice to have like a different project to work on almost daily
Hmm.
with the customers and helping them with their designs and providing them with products that made their design even more cost effective and results oriented.
So you were kind of really solving problems there, it sounds like, on a regular basis.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm curious about this. During your married life and your career, uh, was it easy to save money, kind of keep it saved, or did you tend to save and spend? Like, was money a source of stress for you guys, or was it something that you just handled pretty well from the beginning?
From the beginning, it was a struggle to be able to save any money because it
Hmm.
seems like when you buy a house and you're working at the same time, it's it's almost paycheck to paycheck until
Hmm.
you can get everything under your belt. And so that was uh, a struggle in the beginning. And I tried to participate each chance I got with these companies in their savings programs, their
Right.
401ks, so that we could maximize our savings. And I did as much as I could to make sure that I got a share from each of the companies.
Hmm. Okay, great, great. Well, let me ask you this now. What are you glad that you did in preparation for retirement? And that maybe we just told us, or maybe it's something else that you're glad you did to prepare for retirement.
Well, the savings with 401k I was extremely happy that I did that because that has
Hmm.
paid off well and helped us now that we're retired for the last 6 years, 7 years, something like that. And so that's been extremely good for us in that we have a cushion. So if there's anything that happens to us, we've got that cushion.
Right. Okay.
Nordstrom offered that as well, and we're very, very thankful that we both took advantage of the opportunity to save with the employer.
Okay. Great. And was it difficult to do that, or did you kind of like just set it and forget it?
We set
Set
it
it and
and forget
forget
it.
it.
All right. You know what that makes you? That makes you normal. Most of us are so busy. I imagine you may have had some small human beings in your house running around for a time, called
Yes,
children.
yes.
Yeah, and that takes a lot of energy, doesn't it? That
Oh,
and trying to maintain your career at the same time.
and even after you're retired, it takes a lot of energy.
It does. Yeah, what you have less of oftentimes in retirement. Okay, is there something that you maybe looking back now you wish you had done or done better in getting ready for
Well,
retirement?
well, one of the things I was thinking about is I wish that I would have learned more about Roth and what that was and how it worked
Mm,
because I wish I would have opened up a Roth account at that time, which would have helped significantly.
yeah, yeah. I think it certainly can. It's good to be balanced in pre-tax and after tax if you can.
Yeah,
Right. All
yeah,
right. So you've been retired, you said 6 or 7 years now.
yes,
Just hardly seems like it just, like it was yesterday when you retired. Like,
yeah.
how
Since
was retirement?
2008.
How was retirement the way you envisioned it?
Um, you thought, oh, well, I'll have so much time to get everything done,
Hmm.
and you wake up each morning and you think, gee, what day is today? Oh, yeah, it's Tuesday.
Right.
And so uh, you have to try to plan what you need to accomplish that day and weekly and monthly, like getting income taxes done, which we just completed.
Right. Do you wake to an alarm every day at the same time, or do you wake up when you feel like it?
I wake up, my
Wakes up
body alarm
consistently.
wakes me up between 5 and 6.
He
Okay.
consistently gets up at the same time, goes to bed at the same time, eats at the same time. He's very scheduled. He
Okay.
exercises each day at the same time. and he
Actually,
does a routine.
he sounds like an engineer.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right.
How was retirement the way you envisioned it, Evelyn?
Uh, I have time at home, but you don't have as much energy. I've found that
Mm,
as you get a little older, it's a little harder to keep up that same energy level.
right.
And so your responsibilities expand to the amount of time allotted
Mm,
for
hmm.
those.
I think there's some
And
type of law about that. Yeah.
yes,
So, what have you been surprised about in retirement? What has surprised you the most as far as just living life?
um, that there's always something that needs your attention. Putting
Mm-hmm.
out fires, just like if you were employed, only now you have some better resources, but not all the same resources that you had before.
Right.
For instance, your health can change, and that can affect your productivity.
Right. I had a gentleman from a previous podcast that he wished he'd taken better care of his health during his career. And that was his primary thing. What he wished he had done was, yeah, exercise more and not gain so much weight.
Yes.
So I think
Very
that's good
important.
advice. So what would you tell someone, let's say, who's maybe, the last kid's out of the house now, they're empty nesters, they're 50, 55 years old, and they're now really got retirement in their target. What would you tell them
I
to
would
do to get
tell
ready for
them
it?
that's a really good question, because I would tell them, first of all, get employed, and secondly, start saving and budgeting and planning,
Mhm.
and have a, someone like you, a resource that can point out areas that are the most important, or
Mm,
have you focus on your goals. Make a goal, set it, and then when you achieve that one, then set the next one. So I would say, instead of just going along, to actually uh, write down your goals and check in and evaluate them.
I think that's actually very powerful. I wrote a poem called The Power of Plan. I'll just say the first two lines. People often ask, have you advice for me? Should I invest in stocks or bonds or a rental property? Investing in a plan is the best thing you can do. Planning gives perspective and a clearer point of view. So you're right. Having goals and measuring those
Excellent.
goals, I think, is very important. Any advice you would give, John, to someone who's 5 or 10 years away from that last day at work?
Is to make sure that each morning be excited about what you're doing and the job that you're trying to accomplish. Because going in to work with a positive attitude and being able to address concerns or problem solving that you've been assigned makes it a lot easier if you're in tune with motivating yourself and creating a good environment.
That's awesome advice for, I think, every phase of life, right? Whether you're
Yes,
in sixth grade, college, your career, or retired. I like that. Yeah. Attack each day with enthusiasm. Look forward to it.
yes.
Well, John, Evelyn, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure to get to know you a little bit and capture some of your story. And
Oh, you're welcome.
hopefully I'll see you at my next rock and roll show.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Great.
Sounds good. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.